good, whatever the time of day or night it happens to be while you're watching this. My name's Max Furno. I'm the media and graphic designer for Dorset and Wiltshire Fire and Rescue Service. As always, we've got the 7,649th wonder of the world, Pete Cole, our media resources technician, working his magic behind the camera.
Hello, viewers.
And we'd like to welcome you to the podcast. So here we are, still at Sherborne Fire Station, our last one. We're here doing one of our filler shows. Pete, what have you been up to since you've become an internet sensation?
Oh, well, apart from a little holiday abroad, a bit of DIY at home, otherwise just been focusing on these podcasts.
Very good. I hired myself one of those stretch limos, you know, with a bath in the back, like what you get on a Motley Crue video from the 80s.
Oh, wow. I never thought they were very nice to be in. Whenever I see them, it's got people climbing out the sunroof trying to get out. So I thought it must be awful on the inside.
Did get a bit sloshy going over the speed bumps. Pete, what are we doing here this time?
So today's podcast is highlighting a video that I produced on our MDTs, or mobile data terminals. We've put a lot of investment into upgrading our previous MDTs with a newer version by Panasonic Toughbook CF33. And they're outstanding bits of kit. They're also accompanied by an RIT, which is a removable version which sits in the back of the pump. Now, the information held on these tablets is staggering. It has everything from contact services to control and other appliances, to information on chemicals and hazardous materials and procedures and every type of vehicle which is on the road, with particular interest to electrically operated vehicles, which are becoming more and more frequent on our roads these days. So a huge source of information which is now available on the pump for the crews.
Brilliant. And Pete's done this excellent video explaining all about them. Mainly we did it originally to inform our crews, about what they'd be able to use them for. But it's proved so successful that we put it up on our YouTube channel, and a lot of people outside of the fire service has found it really interesting to see the sort of new technology that our firefighters are using. So Pete's put the URL up on the screen for you, but stick around because we're going to play it for you now. After you've watched it, keep watching, because I think we've got an email that we're going to read out for you. So, Pete, run VT.
Enjoy.
excellent edit there, Pete. Very well done.
Thank you very much.
Have we received any emails this time?
So we have received an email, and our friend of the show, our Fox Kingers99, has been in touch again. So thank you for all your questions. They're very well received. Kingers99 has gone on to ask, "Hi Max and Pete, love the podcast. When a building is ablaze, I imagine that temperatures are staggeringly high, not to mention the fumes. How do you assess when it's safe or not to enter such a hazardous environment?"
Well, I mean, obviously neither Pete nor myself are qualified to answer this question, but I put it to Tim Gray, our group manager for protection, who was answering some other questions about Grenfell at the time. So he was quite happy to provide us with an answer. So Tim says, "Hi Max and Pete, love the podcast."
Really?
No, he might have made that bit up. This is his actual reply. "At any operational incident, we use training, guidance materials, experience and comprehensive risk control measures to assess a situation before committing crews. In a fire scenario, it is not uncommon for temperatures to exceed 1,000 degrees Celsius, and our crews are trained to feed back any adverse changes in those conditions to allow them to be safely withdrawn if a hazard becomes too great." So 1,000 degrees, I mean, just to give you an idea of those sorts of I mean, that's molten rock temperature, you know, the temperature of lava.
You could cook the turkey in seconds.
I think that's all we've got time for. If you want to get in contact with me about anything you've seen in the show, then you need to be able to spell my surname, and then you can email me at max.furno@dwfire.org.uk. Pete, how can people get in contact with you?
As always, you can get in touch with me by the email on the screen. We are always looking to try and promote this podcast as far and wide as possible, so we're relying on your shares and your comments. So please get in touch with any information that you want from the fire service, and we will get back to you.
Can seagulls email you as well?
Yeah, any seagulls are welcome. I think this guy's laughing at me.
You can subscribe to us in your podcast app on your phone. There's loads of stuff on our YouTube channel. Just search for C/DWFire. If you get your podcasts anywhere else, then we're hosted by Podcast Garden. So just search for DWFire there. The show is expertly produced by Pete Cole and presented, and I use that word in its loosest possible terms, by myself, Max Furno. That's all we've got time for, but yeah, I still don't have a catchphrase, but then I'm not a presenter, I'm a graphic designer. That's all for now. Pete, fade to black.
Adios.
As always, we've got our media
guy.
Media services, Dorset and Wiltshire service.
Sounds funny, doesn't it?
We just service things. Working his magic behind the... Actually, I said that last time, didn't I? My name's Max. Wait, sorry, I was just distracted wondering what you were looking at.
You come to fix my van?
Hey, got there.
I think it probably is night.
So I don't know where I was going with that. Yeah, I mean, I don't understand that. Is, you know, why isn't the building melting if that's the temperature? It's been a constant temp.
Well, I imagine lava was much hotter.
It's cooled down a lot. Anyway, sorry, probably can't put that in the podcast.
Any geologists out there that want to clear this up for us?
Me about anything in the show. He wants to know about something. Actually, you know, that would make a really, really good...
Okay, can we keep that?
Yeah, keep that one.
Ready? Okay. Knock off, makeup! Knock off, makeup!
You're doing differently.
Yeah.